All right, friends, we're going to do our craft, and I've got Heather and Addie and Isabel here to help make that happen. They're going to start by taking just any regular white sheet of paper that you can find in your house, and actually it could be any color of paper that you have. And you're going to start by folding it in half, if it's a 8.5 by 11 sheet of notebook paper or printer paper. You're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to take scissors and cut that so that you have a half sheet of paper, like this one. Speed crafting. All right, so once Addie finishes, we'll go on to the next step. The next step will be to take your paper and to accordion fold it. So you're going to fold a little piece down like that, and then you'll flip over and fold the next piece down, and then flip over and fold the next piece down, and just keep going until you run out of paper. Now, if you get to the end and you have where a little bit of extra paper left over like that, you can take your scissors and just cut that extra off, and make sure you don't cut the other pieces though, just that little bit. Okay, now you're going to take it and lay it flat on the table and take a writing utensil, and you're going to draw a person shape on your paper. One key thing here is you got to make sure that the arms of that person go all the way to the edges, like Isabel just did here. All the way to the edges for both arms. That's a key, crucial part. And then you can do whatever you want for the legs. You can make them go to the edge too if you want, or you can just have them be all the way to the bottom. Or you can make it paper girl dolls by making a skirt like Isabel has done. Not that girls can't wear pants, Addie. All right, so then once you have your shape drawn, you're going to take scissors and you're going to carefully cut around the outside of your shape, making sure that you don't cut the edges. So when you get to the arms, like Heather's about to do here, you want to make sure you just cut straight off like that. And then you start again there, because again, the edges need to be connected. And so maybe some of you may remember doing this when you were a child, making these paper dolls. But what I think is really neat about these paper dolls for right now and around our topic of prayer is that when you finish cutting and you open them up, they all stay connected. And what a great image for us right now as we're struggling to figure out how to stay connected, for us to make people that are connected like that. So once you're done making your people, which if you make a more complicated design like Isabel, it might take you a few more minutes. You're going to take your people and spread them out, and then take a writing utensil. And at this point, spend some time thinking about who it is that you would want to pray for during this time. Maybe it's a close family member. Maybe it's a friend from church. Maybe it's someone you just met. I encourage you to think especially about people who are in nursing facilities and people who might have been going through difficult times already, especially with their health, before we even got to this whole coronavirus situation. You can do a couple of things. You could just write their names on the doll, or if you're, creative like my family tends to be, you could draw pictures that represent them and remind you of them. And then I encourage you to take these, and maybe you want to make more than one chain, because maybe the 5 or 6 you can get out of one chain is not enough for you, that there's a lot more people that you want to be praying for. You could solve that by either, instead of writing individual names on each one, you could write a kind of people group on each one, so you can remember your church, your family, your friends, your coworkers, your schoolmates. Or you could take a couple and connect them to each other. Use some tape or glue or staples and tape multiple lines of these together so that you can have a prayer chain of people that you would like to pray for. I encourage you to place these around your house, and when you see them, to pray. And then I encourage you to keep them until we get back together again, and to bring them in so that we can make them part of our art display that we're going to do at the end of all of these experiences of expression. So have fun, be creative, enjoy this group project, and then when you're done with this, if you want to continue to be creative, I encourage you to do so, to come up with some kind of creative expression around this story of Jesus in the garden, falling on his knees and praying for relief during this difficult time. I pray that God will be with you and bless you and keep you as you wait at home for this time to pass. Have a good night. Goodbye. Say goodbye, girls.
Bye. Bye.